It is absolutely imperative that you use your imagination, and not only that, that you not underestimate your imagination. When you were a child, you leaned more on your imagination because you had childlike wonder. You looked at the world and perceived it in a way in which you could mold the world to whatever you wanted it to be. You could control whatever you wanted. And in your mind, there was nothing you couldn't do because you used your imagination. Somehow, when you grow up, you get taught to stop dreaming, to stop being a child, to stop thinking like one. But it's quite the opposite. The most genius people think with childlike wonder because they see that in life, if you don't control your perception, you don't control your life at all. You don't control what happens around it, within it, and of other people that try to inflict their views on your world. You can't control any of that if you don't control your imagination. Your imagination holds power. Any and every invention that you could possibly think about came from somebody's imagination. The train, the car, the plane, even motorcycles, all these things came from somebody else's imagination, and they're now staples in culture and in your day-to-day lives. Imagine how it felt when somebody came up with an idea for a car and said, I have an idea of this locomotive that moves by itself and is powered by oil, and you don't need a horse to drag it. It moves on its own. People probably looked at this person and said, you're crazy. How are we going to move in a vehicle that doesn't require a horse? Everybody travels by horse. It sounds crazy because it's not normal. But the one thing about normal is that when you are stuck in normal, you can never explore the supernatural, and you can never transcend the bounds of normalcy that ground people in prisons that they've made themselves. See, the thing about normalcy is that normalcy is cool, but normalcy can only last for so long before you're trapped within it. Now, everything that is foreign to normalcy will now become something that is seen as abominable. When you start having ideas like new inventions that transcend normal people's scope of view, they start seeing it as something that shouldn't exist. They start doubting that vision. They don't even want to give it a second chance because they've eliminated it from any realm of possibility. These things show you that your imagination is essential, because when you're on the cutting edge of what's new, you are the first wave of change that matters to the world. Now, back to imagination. People keep telling you to stop thinking like a child, but one thing you need to realize is that childlike wonder changes the world. Childlike wonder saves the world, matter of fact, because it infuses new ideas into this world that aren't thought of. Childlike wonder brings into view things that are abnormal so that you can find a new normal. Now that you think about it, cars are normal now. Planes are normal. Trains are normal. But there was a point in time where they weren't normal. A new normal had to be established for all these things to become staples in culture. You need to be on that cutting edge of new things by becoming somebody that values their imagination. Don't let anybody stump your imagination because they tell you it's not possible, because they tell you it shouldn't happen. Let your imagination lead the way. As an actor, I believe that there is nobody that is a better actor than a child. And the reason for that is because children have mastered the use of imagination. A child can wonder and imagine anything that they possibly want and make it a reality within their own scope of view, because their imagination is so potent, it's so strong, and they rely on it heavily. A child can imagine them being in a spaceship on Jupiter, flying that spaceship themselves, being the commander and lieutenant themselves, and saving the world. And in that child's eyes, that is very real. You can't tell him or her that it doesn't exist. That's how important your imagination needs to be to you. It needs to be so that you can imagine whatever, and nobody can ever stomp on it. Nobody can ever tell you it's not possible. Nobody can ever tell you to stop, because you value it that much. Use your imagination. Do not let anybody tell you that your imagination is too far gone. Don't let anybody call you crazy for your imagination, because when they call you crazy, it is an attempt to take everything that you believe and diminish it as something that is stupid and benign. The best way to diminish somebody is by calling them crazy, because it is a dismissive term that dismisses everything that they hold to be true. When you are called crazy for what your imagination can do, for what your imagination means to you, and for what you're willing to prove with said imagination, use that as fuel. The wisest men were once thought of as crazy people. And yes, they're using it to diminish you. Yes, they're using it to dismiss you, but it should never be that way to you. It should be the driving force of your energy and of your goals and your purpose. You should use that to fuel all the anger and all the sadness in you to produce world-changing things. Don't ever let the crazy label be the reason why you stop. Let it be the reason why you continue. Let it be the reason why you're a trailblazer. When you're crazy, you are right. Think of that. When you are crazy, you are right. Because nobody wants to acknowledge that what you are thinking about is on the cutting edge of what's new. So they'll rather demonize you and push you to the side and not value your opinion. So you need to value your own opinion for yourself. Don't ever allow that crazy title to stunt your growth. Because when it stunts your growth, they've succeeded in stumping you, and they've succeeded in making sure that they dismissed you and everything that you hold dear. Don't ever let it happen. Your imagination makes you creative. It makes you stand out. It makes you a man amongst men, a woman amongst women, a leader amongst soldiers. Don't ever cast it to the side because it doesn't fit what people consider to be good or normal. Don't ever sell yourself short that way. Your creativeness is what's going to push the world forward. It's what's going to push boundaries and push bounds upon bounds. Value it that much, because that's how much it means to you. God wouldn't give you imagination if your imagination wasn't meant to feel something great. God put this imagination in your brain for a reason, so use it. Don't dismiss it, use it. It's there to be used, not to be misused, not to be dismissed, not to be cast aside, but to be used and used for a greater purpose. So use it. You can be your greatest hero or your greatest enemy depending on what you believe and what you accept in your subconscious to be true about the world and about you. As such, guard your heart and guard your mind, because it is the first thing that will be attacked by everybody else that sees you as a threat. They must attack your mind and your viewpoint of yourself and how you see the world, because when they successfully attack that, then they can mold you into whatever they want you to be. If they want you to be submissive and they want you to be stupid and they want to take your ideas for their own, they must first change how you think about yourself and about the world. Guard it with your life. Your imagination will save you from depths that you could never imagine. It will save you from pits that you never thought you could fall into. But when you use it, you finally realize how important it is to have it in the first place, to possess it, and to put it to use. But one day you're going to thank me for inspiring you to use your imagination. But that day when you thank me for inspiring you to be a creative that changed the world, remember, it was always in you, not outside of you. It was always what was in you that drove what you became. Don't let your exterior force your interior to be what it's not supposed to be. Thank you.